once again welcome to your physics online class. Today we will be continuing with the fourth chapter of your physics, that is the liquid in pressure and atmospheric pressure. So today we will be especially discussing about the atmospheric pressure, the consequences of atmospheric pressure, the barometer, its three kind, that is the simple barometer, 14-inch barometer and the Android barometer. And we will also learn the advantage of using mercury and as well as the disadvantage of using water as a barometric liquid. And finally, we will also learn how using the barometer we can forecast the weather or the weather forecasting by the use of barometer. So coming to the first topic, that is the atmospheric pressure. Just like in the previous video, you learned that the liquid pressure is due to the weight of the liquid or the force exerted by the liquid on a body from all the direction is known as liquid pressure. Similarly, we know that on the surface of the earth, okay, if we live on the surface of the earth is covered by layers of the air, okay, which is also known as the atmosphere. So it will be as if we are carrying all the airs around on top of us, okay. So this air also has a certain weight. So this weight exerts the force on the surface of a body. So that is said to be the atmospheric pressure. So the atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted by the layer of the air around us or by the atmosphere around us. So some of the consequences of atmospheric pressure are like drawing water with the help of the straw. So in that, if I draw a simple diagram, if I have a water in a glass, and then if you have to suck it with the help of the straw. So how is that happening? Without the atmospheric pressure, this would not have been possible. Like when we put our mouth on one end of the straw and then we suck the air. So what happens? The space inside the straw, it becomes empty. So as a result, the pressure here decreases. Okay, but on the surface of the liquid, the atmospheric pressure acts. Okay, so this atmospheric pressure, it pushes the liquid upward. Okay, so that is one of the application of the atmospheric pressure. Similarly, we have the suction pads like that we use in the windows of the car. Okay, like this. So how does this stick to the glass is when we push it, the air from that suction pad is expelled out, and when it tries to move backward, the atmospheric pressure, it holds tightly to the wall, because inside the suction pad the pressure decreases, and due to the high atmospheric pressure it holds the suction pad to the wall. So apart from this, there are other applications as well which you may learn it from your book. So now atmospheric pressure being a physical quantity, it can be measured. So it can be measured with the help of the device known as a barometer. So what is a barometer? A barometer is a simple device used to measure the atmospheric pressure. So usually there are three kinds of barometer: the simple barometer, 14-inch barometer and the Android barometer. So the simple barometer, just as the name itself suggests, it's very simple. So how is the simple barometer made? A trough is taken which is filled with the mercury. Okay, so it is filled with mercury, Hg. And then a test tube of about 1 meter height is taken, which is also completely filled with the mercury. So what is done? It is filled with again mercury. And then this test tube is inverted on the top of this straw. Okay, so the test tube is inverted here, making sure that the no mercury spills out. Now as soon as you leave the hand or you open the other end of the mercury, you will see that the mercury level will fall. Okay, it will fall and then it will attain a constant height. Okay, so which is around 76 centimeter. Okay, so this is how the simple barometer is constructed. Okay, so we say that the atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury, okay, which is generally the atmospheric pressure at the sea level. So the 76 centimeter of mercury, it means that when this system is made, the mercury level rises up to the height of 76 centimeter in a test tube. Though the construction of simple barometer is very easy, but there are many disadvantages of a simple barometer. We see that the surface of the mercury is free, so there is the chances of mixing impurities, or there is also the chances of spilling the mercury out of the trough. Okay, and also this arrangement is quite delicate, so you cannot carry it from one place to another. So there is an inconvenience in the transportation of a simple barometer. So to overcome these demerits, what is done? A simple barometer is placed inside the cage, okay, with the in a cage with a special arrangement where the test tubes are held together, held with the help of certain systems, and which is known as the 14th barometer. So the 14th barometer is a modified type of a simple barometer. Now since it contains a simple barometer, still it will be inconvenient for us to carry this 14th barometer from one place to the another. Okay, so to replace this one, we have another barometer which is known as the Android barometer, and in Android barometer there is no such fluids. Okay, it works with the help of the air. So how is it made? There is a small just like a plastic, okay, a bag which can be expanded as well as which can contract also. So in this, what is done, a stick with a gear system is fitted, okay, and then we have another circular gear. So now when the atmospheric, and this gear is fitted with a pointer, okay, and then we have a scale here, the reading scales. Okay, so now when the atmospheric pressure increases, what happens? It presses this expandable bag downwards. So as a result, the gear moves down and the pointer moves to the left side. And then when the atmospheric pressure decreases, so when the atmospheric pressure decreases, the pressure inside the bag increases. So as a result, this stick with the gear, it moves upward. So as a result of which the pointer moves to the right. Okay, so this is how Android barometer works. There are advantages of Android barometer is a portable, it's very small, so it's convenient to carry as well. And in the Android barometer there is no such fluid, so there is no chances of spilling or there is no chances of mixing of impurities. Okay, so that was about the barometer. So now in a 14th barometer and a simple barometer, we used mercury as the barometric liquid. Why? We use a mercury as a barometric liquid because there are many advantages of a mercury. The first advantage being the mercury does not stick to the glass. Okay, so the second is the mercury also is opaque, so therefore it will be clearly visible inside the glass. Another is the mercury is always available in a pure state or a pure form, and the mercury also has a high boiling point, so the mercury does not vaporize easily. So there are many advantages of using mercury as a barometric liquid. Now you must be thinking, mercury is quite expensive, so we can use a water also. Indeed, we can use a water to construct a simple barometer, but there are many disadvantages of using water. The first being, the water sticks to the glass. The boiling point of water is very low, it vaporizes very easily. Another disadvantage is the water is transparent, so it will not be clearly visible inside the glass. And what can we say? Yes, the density of water is quite low. So therefore, the height of this will be around, like if you take, instead of using a mercury, if I use a water, you have to take a test tube which is around 11 meter high. Okay, so because the water, it will rise around up to 10.2 meters in a test tube. So that's why the size of the barometer will be very, very large and thus very inconvenient to carry. So those are the disadvantages of using water as a barometric liquid. Now finally we have weather forecasting. So one of the use of the barometer is, using a barometer we can easily predict the weather, okay, though not accurately but most precisely. So now in a barometer, if you see that the barometer, the height of the barometer is suddenly falling. Okay, so the sudden fall, okay, sudden fall means not slowly at once. So if the barometric height suddenly falls, then it indicates that there is the chances of coming a cyclone. Now if the fall is a gradual fall, then it indicates that there is a possibility of a rainfall. The third is, if there is a gradual rise in the barometric height, gradual means slowly, it indicates that the weather will be dry. And if there is a sudden rise in the barometer, it indicates that the weather will be extremely dry. And then if there is no change in the barometric height, it indicates that the weather throughout the day will remain the same. Okay, so this was the topics related to the atmospheric pressure. You may go in details in a textbook, and if you have any problems, you can ask me through my WhatsApp number. Thank you.